Woohoo! Hi, everyone.
Hello, we are now live. Oh my god, so much to talk about. So much to talk about.
I love that I love your copy, Joel. I think it's such a cool copy.
Thank you.
So beautiful. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Song of Achilles live show, where we're going to talk about the Song of Achilles and our thoughts and feelings and hopes and dreams and our happy moments and our sad moments, and whether even if you cried or you didn't cry, we're going to talk everything about the Song of Achilles. While people are still logging on, I thought it'd be fun to say what we're currently reading in the chat and also to the three of us before we give ratings on this. What are you reading right now? What is on the shelf?
Okay. Shall I go first?
Yes, Joel.
Go for it.
Cool. I'm currently reading Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It follows the Reaver family that we met in The Stubborn Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, if all of you were there for the very first live show that we ever did for the Late Night Book Club. I'm very excited. I've read, what page am I on? I'm on page 95, and it's setting it up, and it just feels very summery, very atmospheric, very typical of Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing, so I'm enjoying it.
Yes, I really liked that one, so I'm glad you're reading it.
I'm excited to read it. I haven't picked it up yet. So I'm currently in the middle, simultaneously reading two thrillers at the same time: The Burning Girls by C.J. Tudor and The Maiden by Alex Michaelides. And I'm currently halfway through both of them. So
are you liking one more than the other?
We'll see.
Oh,
interesting so far.
okay.
I think I had higher expectations than I thought, but we'll see.
Okay.
I'm in the middle of currently both of them right now. So
Okay.
The game's afoot.
I am reading two books. I'm reading Red at the Bone, which I'm really, really, really liking.
Ooh, okay.
I'm really close to being done with it. And then the other one I'm reading is a romance that I'm not loving it. I liked the first third, and then I kind of have lost interest in it, but it's called Meet Cute by Helena Hunting. I don't know if anyone in the chat's read it, but yeah. Anyway, so those are the books we're reading right now. Now let's get into the ratings. 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 3 out of 5, 2 out of 5, 1 out of 5. Leave your stars in.
Listen, guys, just an FYI, we're here for a good time, okay?
Yeah.
We're here for a good time. So anything less than 5 stars is not a good time.
Elias, I love this.
Just saying. We're here for F's in the chat. We're here for a good time, okay?
So you had given us a few hints before the live show, and I was like, I don't think he's loving this. And then, did you not really like it at the beginning? Like, what? How's your rating?
So I guess I'll go first for my rating for this book. So initially, I've been hearing so much speculation and buzz for this book in general, and as someone who has prior knowledge of what the Iliad is about, the story and its characters, I was extremely skeptical going into this. I'm going in and I was like, do people just like it because I don't know, it's tropey and gay, sort of that staple story. And I started this a month ago, and I finished this last night. So I listened to it partly on audio, and then I finished the last 20 pages physically reading it. And let me just say, you guys, this book has achieved a level of masterpiece and perfection that no other book comes close. So 5 out of fucking 5 stars, even more than that.
Dude.
All the stars. Literally, I kid you not, I was so devastated, even though I knew what would happen. It was just, it creeps up on you, but it was just so beautiful the way it was written. Madeline Miller, girl, genius. Yeah. She's a talented storyteller. The way she crafts the story and the words, even though something that all this already, it's just so beautiful to read. She's just brilliant. I loved it.
Did you know that right at the beginning? Were you oh, the writing's so good, I'm gonna love this? Or were you still skeptical?
No, not at all. It took me a while. not gonna lie, in like the first like maybe like 20 pages, I was like, ew, the writing is so like plain, simple, straightforward. Almost in a way where it was like poetic. It was just very like in a way straightforward to me. But slowly, you know what? The skepticism just washed away. And 10 out of 10 forever.
I'm so glad. Oh my god, that's amazing. Okay,
I went
Joel.
like on a really long tangent, but yeah. Best book by far for me in this book club. So
Yes.
Oh wow.
Well, is it
Yeah.
like up there, like the Starless Sea?
it's my favorite. It's like literally my new favorite of 2021.
Oh
Like I
my
cannot
God.
believe it took me this long to fucking read it and love it as much as I do
did
now.
it.
It's incredible.
This is
Like
amazing.
I was not expecting. I don't know if you guys are following me on Instagram, but when I finished this, I threw this book across the room because I was just it was just so good and devastating, and I was mad. We'll get more into that though, but yeah.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy about that. Well, as a lot of people already know, this is like one of my, if not my favorite book of all time. So like nothing less than like 11 out of 10 for me. Like
Amazing,
Madeline Miller.
amazing, incredible.
Madeline Miller. Honestly, I haven't read Circe yet, but like Madeline Miller's storytelling is phenomenal. The way that she is able to like rewrite myth and like the Iliad into something like this, it makes me excited to see what other things she has in the future for us. I just think it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be amazing. I know she's working on some new material right now from her tweets that she had like tweeted like a while back, but I'm excited for like everything because this book is just amazing. I'm really invested in wanting to read the Iliad now, but like
Ooh, that's interesting. So did you have
Like,
prior knowledge like of the story going into this book, like at all,
No.
like who, like what would happen? Oh
No.
my gosh, I want to hear your thoughts on that. Like, I don't know,
like
later or
all I
now. It
knew
just-
was Achilles' heel and like the weakness and like all of that, but
Mhm.
like that is all I knew before going into this book. That's
so you
all
didn't
I
know they
I
would.
had-
You didn't know anything. Okay,
No.
that is so
So-
interesting to me because literally almost everyone who I know have read this, they're like, oh, already know what happens. You know, at the end, you know, the tragedy and everything. So like, I think you're like one of the first people who I know who hasn't read the Iliad going into this book.
Yeah.
So
Because I think the first time I read it, I was how old was I? I think I was like, I have no idea how old I was, but like it was before like I had properly joined like the book community. So like a lot of people, as I joined, a lot of people were like, oh my god, the Song of Achilles, and I was like, oh my god, hi. So that's kind of, this is like my gateway book, I guess, where I began to like converse.
my
with a
new
lot of people
comfort
about
read
books
now,
and stuff.
like literally, I want to reread it again, like right
Comfort.
away. I fucking loved it. This book came out in like 2012, I think.
Or yeah,
Yeah,
it was a while ago.
So it was a while ago, but you know what? Amazing.
Ooh,
It just it aged.
Wow.
It's still aging.
Yeah.
Beautifully. Love it.
It was 2012. Good work. I definitely had a similar experience the first time I read it. I read it last January, and when I picked it up, I was so what's the word? Like hesitant, because I knew all the hype around it, and I was like, if I end up not liking this, then it's gonna suck. Like I don't know anything about mythology very much. I took a mythology class in high school, but like I barely remembered anything because we talked about Greek and Roman mythology, so I just couldn't get my head straight on it. And then when I started it, I was like, oh, what if it's like, it was a little slow, you know, going up to it the first time I read it. And then I was like, I just don't know if I'm going to click with these characters. And by the end, I ended up really loving it the first time. And then the second time I read it, I thought, this isn't going to click with me the same way. Cause I've already read it, like rereads maybe won't hit as hard the second time, but I feel like it was even better the second time around because I was really like, I was sitting and I was like, I felt like I was really paying attention to the details Madeline Miller was giving us that was adding to the end that I didn't notice the first time around. So I thought it was beautiful and just so fun to read again. And it's a comfort read for sure, Elias.
I have a question for you guys. Was it difficult to get into, like with all the characters, the history, the backstory of, you know, the story and its characters for you guys, or people in the chat as well? For those who are not really familiar with like Greek or Roman mythology.
I think for me, I'm kind of used to reading books with like bigger casts of characters, so kind of just like getting used to like the different dynamics was pretty easy. And like I did have some prior knowledge to like Greek mythology that like it was like, oh, okay, like the names are kind of good for me. But I guess the first time I read it, it was like a little bit difficult to get into, but then obviously loved it by the end. But I think with every reread I just have a whole added appreciation for the book because, like Noelle said, there's like little things that I find, little bits that I can be like, oh my gosh, this would be really good for like analyzing and like seeing how it contributes to like this specific thing that Madeline Miller wanted to portray. And it's like, it's just so masterful in terms of writing craft that it's just amazing.
Yeah.
How many times did you reread it?
I think this is like my 4th reread now.
Oh my
gosh!
I love that.
Wow.
Have you cried every
Finally.
time, or does it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Like it hurts every time.
Oh my god.
This shit hit so deep for me. I didn't cry this time around. I think I was just so empty. I guess by the time when it happened, I was just like, no tears left to cry. You know, nothing.
Almost
I was
shocked,
just
right?
dead, empty.
Mm-hmm.
Like
No
when
thoughts.
it hits, you're like, I don't
You
even
just
know
sit there,
how to process this information at the end of it, right? But I also think Madeline Miller does such an excellent job at like, even if you don't know anything about Greek mythology, she does a really good job at like, here's a character's name and here's 3 sentences to explain why they matter in this book. Now let's continue. So,
and the glossary in the back, like it was a really great refresher as well, with all the gods and mortal beings and everything.
oh my god, I didn't even look at the glossary. Wow.
I don't even have a
That was
glossary.
Oh my gosh, really?
Look,
Yeah.
it has all of them.
Yeah, I found
I'm
out
gonna
at the
get that
end.
version. See, this thing, haven't collected multiple versions of this book, and I'm like, this is my favorite book of all time. So I only have the one copy.
Yes.
I need
Is it
to-
just
I need
these
to
2
fix that.
copies, or do you guys know of another?
I know there's a
hardcover
hardback
edition.
version, but it's very hard to find. I know that.
Oh,
So
interesting.
I'm gonna be searching.
All right. Well, I have a little list of questions. Okay, a favorite moment / character for both of you as well as everyone in the chat. Favorite moment.
Everyone, we're talking about spoilers now.
Favorite
So
character.
If you
Yeah.
haven't read the book yet, what the hell are you doing? Go away. Go read the book and then you can come back. So we're going to talk spoilers now. Sorry, no, I'll just cut you off.
No, you're good. No, totally. All right, favorite character, Elias, and moment.
Favorite character?
Yeah.
Easily, hands down, Patroclus.
Okay.
Loved him. So, like, literally, he is the epitome of, like, soft boy to me. Like, it was just... he was just so, like, in a way, like, naive, but just so beautiful in the sense where he was, like, sort of like the moral compass between the 2 characters of Achilles and between, you know, the other characters in the series as well. To me, he was more like the most human, I think, in terms of how he viewed things, of how he was trying to save or look at some things in a different way, where there's a really instance part in the book where Chiron is pointing out, you know, different choices lead to different consequences, and what choices would you choose in order to save or do something for different people. And he's the type of character who would choose any of the choices because he would say that they're all wrong. And I thought that just hit so like hard with me, and it just resonated deeply within me. So I was just like, wow, Patroclus, hands down. I mean, even though he was the main character, central main character, he was the best. I loved him. And then the fact that we got to read in his like POV, because I thought we would like switch to Achilles, you know, after his death, but it was just when I realized that we were still reading from his POV in like spirit astral form, I was like, oh my god. Yeah, so
I had the same experience with Patroclus at the end where I was like, wait a second, why are we still hearing from you?
Yeah, I was
And
so
it's
confused.
So gentle and beautiful. I love that. All right, Joel, your favorite character and moment.
I totally agree with Elias about Patroclus. Like, best boy ever. Like, he's very upfront, and he's very much the character that Achilles needed throughout the novel. I think that like he just provides such a good support network, and just he does so much, and it's great, and I love him. And yeah, like, and especially like near the end as well, where like the ashes are like mixed together, and then but then they forget to like write his name.
I know.
Yeah, I was pissed. I was like,
I was like,
really
do not.
pissed.
You're
And
not
then when
gonna forget
everyone's
my
packing
boy's
up,
name.
yes, and everyone's leaving the beach, and he's like, they can't leave me here because no one will remember. And I was like, oh my God.
I was like,
Oh,
no. And then like just the final moments where like and then he gets to and it's like it just feels like we finally got some kind of like conclusion, but then it's just very like hard hitting, and you're like, oh my God.
Honestly, this book should have been called The Song of How Patroclus Carried This Whole Book on Its Entire Back.
Literally.
No lies detected.
The weight of Patroclus.
Yeah, what you're saying about the end is so perfect because it's like it almost like a ribbon unspooling on you. Like it's almost like it's unraveling and then it's all tying itself up back together. Like when you're seeing that he might not get this ending with Achilles, and then it all.
I was so pissed. I was if Madeline was like to change it or do like a certain twist where it was a tragedy and ended up like, oh well, he's just stuck there forever. I don't know what I would have done. I think I was just like, I would have died. That was brutal. Like in the last page is when Thetis finally writes his name on the tomb with Achilles. And so I was like, finally. But I really wished we even got like even a page, even maybe one more paragraph of like just Achilles and Patroclus like view, or I don't know. It was. I mean, it did end it nicely, but it's just. I just wanted that little extra oomph. Just one more.
I know.
But yeah. Also, Briseis was an MVP as well. So
Briseis was awesome, and I think that when Patroclus and Briseis are together, they're like such an interesting duo.
Yes,
and I loved like learning about her, and then how he tries to protect her, and I just thought they were so strong together. Oh, I loved it. I think my favorite Patroclus for sure, but also I love Chiron. I loved him more the second time around. Because I think the first time when I was reading it, I was like, I just want them to get out of the mountain because I know there's an adventure. So like, I don't understand why we're here right now. And so I was just so anxious to get to the next spot. But just like the fact that they learned so much from Chiron to the point where they carried it with them to Troy, and they like, that's why Patroclus was able to be in the medical tent and like help so much was because of his knowledge from Chiron and everything. I loved it. I thought it was so good. Yeah. Oh, and favorite moment. Wow. Favorite moment. I mean, all of it in the mountains with Chiron. I thought it was such a beautiful, like, just oasis that the three of them had, and they were just like learning to become men, like not influenced by the kingdom that was like so harsh. And, but I mean, it has to be the grave, right? The tombstone. It's just.
I think one of my favorite moments is when Patroclus runs after Achilles, and when he gets tackled by Achilles, and he realizes that he did come for both of them realizing, even though it's not said directly, that Patroclus did follow him, and Achilles was happy to see him, and in that moment, I was like, yes, love stabilized. So
I totally agree with you. I can't find it now, but that was a part that I was highlighting because I loved the like running after. And so at one point he says like, should we go? And then it says like, we ran, and it just like,
I got goosebumps.
Yeah, I know.
And I started like hyperventilating and sweating, and I was like, I love this.
Okay, so now the next question, of course, we talked about favorites. Now we have to talk about our least favorites. Least favorite character, least favorite moments.
Agamemnon, hands down.
Oh, yes.
He's a bitch.
Yes. What's Achilles' son's name? I don't know how to. pronounce it.
Pyrus?
Pyrus?
That's how I pronounce. That's how.
Yes.
Is that how it's pronounced? Pyrus?
I think so.
Or Pyrus?
Pyrrhus. Pyrus. Yeah, he.
It's on site.
Yeah, he was also a little bitch. Only 12
on
too, and
site.
a little monster.
Only 12 too, a little monster.
Yeah, they literally said he was 12 in italics, like in cursive, and I was like, yeah, he's 12 and a bitch. He literally offed Briseis, like literally, and I was like, no. At first that kind of shocked me because I forgot how her character ended up in the Iliad. I don't know if Madeline expanded on her character or not. I can't remember quite sure, but I was pissed at how she like went off. I was like, that's it. I was like, there's no way. I had to reread that passage again. It was just like, I thought that Prius was like gonna be like an essential character because he's like, they're like, oh, the Fate of Troy can't be taken without him and everything like that. And I was like, okay, he's gonna be like a good character, a good person, the sweet redheaded kid.
Yes.
Hell no. Someone said, do you think Joffrey Lannister vibes? I 100% agree.
Yes.
It's terrible.
100%. 100. When they were like, he's 12, I'm like, yeah, Joffrey was also young, for sure.
Yeah. He was a little shit.
He was.
Joel, who was your least favorite?
Like initially, like in the very like beginning, like Thetis and like the meddling that she got up to, I was like, you're not going to keep my boys apart.
Literally.
But then we've also got to like consider like the greater effects of like her meddling and like everything that she did, and it's just like, yeah, like she was a kind of like pure like Pyrrhus, I would say, was the monster that she created. So so it's very much both of them together that basically carried the villain train. So Cersei and Joffrey Lannister.
I would. I see some people saying Thetis, but she, I think, for me, had like sort of character development, but it took literally the death of her child to realize, like this, the mistakes that she had made in life and everything. But she finally fucking redeemed herself by writing Patroclus' name on the tombstone. And I was like, finally, you still a bitch, but you know what? Still good.
Literally.
Well, speaking of like characters we don't like, characters we love, what character from this book would you like a spin-off from? And that could be like maybe the villainous character you want to know more about.
Hell no! We don't need a spin-off from fucking Paris. We already know he's dead anyway. We already know like the child of Odysseus and everything, and their history. I want a spin-off of Patroclus and Achilles in the underworld. Just doing whatever.
Yes.
I just want to read more about them. What the hell are they doing in the underworld? What adventures are they going off to? Are they? Totally. I don't know. I don't know. I would just love to read more about them. Yeah. Maybe I feel like maybe from Achilles' perspective of Patroclus, because I think that'll be really interesting.
Especially like what part of the underworld they get sent to. Because they could get sent to Elysium, or they could get sent to.
We already know they're going to Elysium, so only the best for my king. That's it.
And then we can get like a short story collection, like keeping up with Elysium, like the Kardashians, but it's like Achilles and Patroclus.
Literally, I agree with. Oh no, I lost the comment, but I literally have nothing bad to say about this book today. Nothing bad today. All positive vibes.
I'm so happy. Like we've been wanting this for a while now.
I think I would highly recommend listening to this book if this is like your first time reading it. If you're still here, listening to an audio. If you're not really familiar with like the Greek mythology and the pronunciation, because the narrator, he did a fantastic job narrating this book. So.
I love the narrator. I thought he did. When I started it, I was like, what is going to be like, how is this audiobook going to sound? Like, what accent are they going to go for it? I thought that he did such a good job with each character, but that they didn't change narrators. I thought he did such a good job.
Yeah, he did. I loved it. The audiobook was incredible, like impeccable. I think that's one of the main reasons why I enjoyed this book so much as I did.
Yeah, I I agree. I'd love to read a prequel of Chiron's life. I would love to know
Ooh, that would be
about
good
him,
too.
because he obviously at one point he even says but I'm older than Thetis and I have more wisdom than her or something like that, and I was like, I want to know. I want to know.
That story.
Like Chiron's, isn't he
Greek
the son of a
history.
Titan? He's the son of Kronos, I think.
Holy smokes! I don't know
Oh, wow,
much.
that Titan.
But,
Because I've read Percy Jackson like 2 months ago, so I'm kind of like,
Okay. Oh
I'm
yeah,
running
that's
on
true.
Percy
Everything's
Jackson
fresh in your
feel.
mind of mythology.
Yeah, I think Chiron's the son of Kronos, so son of a Titan.
Half man, half horse. We love to see it.
I'd love to read him. I'd love to just read about his adventures and all his knowledge and wisdom. I tried watching Troy yesterday, which is the
No.
Brad Pitt. I know, because he's Achilles, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be so good. And I was like, no, do not read. I'd never watched it before, so I was like, maybe it'll be beautiful, and I did not love it. So.
Maybe that would be beautiful.
The flashbacks. No.
Yeah, I turned it off after 45 minutes. So
Oh no.
I was just like, this is not at all what I thought it was going to be. I guess you guys have already answered.
They made them cousins and dead.
I know, they did. I was like, this is not the story I know. So you guys haven't read Circe yet? How many
I
people
have
in
not,
the chat
but I
have
do
read
know the
Do you have
story of Circe with, it's with Odysseus, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
On the island.
Oh, wait, let me grab my edition. It's really oh,
You have a different edition.
me too. Right, I'm gonna have to take these books off because I have a bunch of books on my shelves.
I have this edition.
Oh my god, I love that edition.
Wait for it.
Wait, I have that too.
20. I think
Totally.
Oh,
Wait, let me get it naked so we can have like.
wow. Do you guys have any photos in yours?
Circe literally said,
Photos.
main character
We
moment.
Oh, we both did that at the same time.
Because they had the characters at the end of Song of Achilles, so I wonder if they have the photos. Nope, they do not. They do have a section for monsters, though. That's fun.
Well, I think this is the UK edition that I have.
Yeah.
So it might be
is.
different.
I don't think it has monsters at the back. It just has like the beautiful like map at the front.
Yeah, there's no glossary or anything in here. It's just straight into the story.
Looks like I'll have to get the US edition.
I think I prefer your guys' edition. I think I like the big.
I do prefer this edition. It's
Yeah.
just really beautiful.
And you said that let's see what ours looks like. Ah, super cool. Right?
US is
Wow.
basic and boring.
Jeepers, what? Come on.
This shit hits different.
Yes.
It does.
What?
It
I did not
really
know.
does.
It's so beautiful.
Circe said main character energy.
Yes,
Mhm.
literally.
Beautiful.
So beautiful.
I just need like a special edition of the Song of Achilles with something like this on the naked.
Yes, absolutely. I'm surprised that there hasn't been like a revamp because it's like almost 10 years old, right? 2012. So you think
I
there'd be
feel like this
big-
book is on the New York Times best seller. I think one of the one of the what is it? Different lists, I guess, on part of the New York Times bestseller. I'm part of because this book really blew up on TikTok.
Yeah.
I've heard. So
I mean, we might get a 10th anniversary edition this year, next year, potentially. Because
maybe.
I mean, I hope so. Otherwise, I'll be writing to Bloomsbury being like, hi.
I would like to
Bloomsbury?
design a new book for you.
Please, thank you. It can have sprayed edges. It can have a ribbon bookmark, naked cover design. Please.
Yes. Oh my god. Wow. Well, those are the questions I had. That was my. I also said I had a little question do you have any favorite quotes? But I didn't ask that before we started
yes,
rating.
I do have a
I
favorite
do.
quote.
Okay, thank
I
God.
have two. I have one that I put on my Notion page, which is he smiled and his face was like the sun.
Oh.
And that's cute. And then my ultimate favorite quote is the one at the very end of the
Yes,
book.
same here.
Yes.
I literally, when I was listening, I finished the the last 20% of this book physically, and then I went back to it in audio again, and I listened to it like 4 times. It's just so good.
The last lines make me believe love is real.
Literally.
I'm just like, oh, they're so cute. But literally, I think, Matt, you could literally go on to basically almost every single page and find a quote, because
Exactly.
it's
True.
just,
Truly.
Madeline Miller's writing is literally so poetic that like everything is like quotable, and I love it.
It's so good.
So I was doing research on this book, and apparently it took her like more than 10 years to write this. She actually completed a manuscript, but then she scrapped that entire thing and rewrote this book from scratch.
Oh my
And
God.
it took her a while, but you know what? Fucking
Damn.
worth it. You know,
That's
we're
a
here
mood.
today, loving this. I feel like me and so many people have loved this book.
Mhm.
People who don't love this book or has given it low rating have just, I'm sorry, you're wrong. You're wrong.
You're so right.
No taste.
I think my
You
favorite line
said it. No.
I
is
said it.
page 103 in this copy. It says, "We were like gods at the dawning of the world, and our joy was so bright we could see nothing else but the other."
Oh.
Oh, one of my faves. Also, one of my favorite jewelers has a necklace that's Song of Achilles based. I'm gonna leave it in the chat actually, because it is like, I keep looking at it and I'm like, I can't justify spending this right now, but I'm loving it. Holy smokes! Let's see.
Yeah, after I finished this book around like 4 a.m, I had to look online, like fan fiction, look at all the artwork and everything.
Oh my god, the fan fiction got me
Here.
through.
Oh my god, I hated it.
I've read too much Song of Achilles fan fiction.
I was just so fucking surprised at how much I love this book and how, like I told you guys earlier, how invested I was. It was just astounding to me, like, because I was like, there's no way, I was gonna cry or feel any feels. Like, I was reading I was maybe like 20 pages in, and not gonna lie, I was like not impressed yet. I was like, I don't really like the writing so far. I thought it was more like gonna be like a novel instead of more like instead of like something as poetic, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But oh my god, that Elias, ignore him. He's stupid. He doesn't know what he's saying. I converted. So
We love
So
to
if-
see it.
Someone just said, and this is really cool, they said if they were going to get a tattoo, where did it go?
oh,
Oh,
like a
like
liar or a fake.
Yes.
Yes.
If you had to pick a
Literally
tattoo.
planning my next tattoo, guys.
I know,
So.
Literally.
seriously.
Same.
What tattoo would you get? Or maybe, I mean, if it's too like specific and you don't want
I
to give
would
it away.
get Achilles and Patroclus. I'm just kidding. Forever.
Oh,
so that they can be together forever. I'm just kidding.
just get like Achilles tattooed on your heel.
Literally, there you go.
Wow.
And Patroclus on the other one.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm not sure what I would get a tattoo of. I would think I would want to do some more research and probably read the book at least like a couple more times just to get that, that feel for the right piece. I think, just for me personally.
Yeah.
I think I would not. If I did get something as everyone else, I would. I don't know. I would try. I would want to make it different. But that's just me, though.
Different.
Yeah, literally. Main
Aquarius.
character. Not like other girls.
Vibes.
Not like other boys.
Oh,
Not like other people.
This is so cute.
Oh, I love that.
That is great.
I love that idea. Such a good one.
Well, I think I've seen it because
Oh, this one's good. This one is good.
I like the headstone.
Oh,
Wow, you guys have good. You guys already have like.
I
good
know.
ideas.
I will be coming back to this comment section someday.
I know, seriously. Oh,
It's
I
amazing.
love it. I think I would want. I already have always loved fig leaf tattoos, like when the leaves are like growing up a shoulder. So I think if I was gonna get one, it would be the fig leaves.
I might get like a band around my arm of like fig leaves, potentially.
Oh my
and then
god.
maybe like a quote or something. Although I don't know about words. I don't know about words on like as a tattoo, but like
I
maybe.
love that. Oh, the band of fig leaves. That's
That would be
stunning. I love that. Wow.
It's just this book. This book has me in a chokehold every time I read it. I can't
Oh wow!
put
I
it
can't
down.
believe you read it 4 times. That's insane. That's incredible.
I love putting myself through pain.
I really
Wait,
didn't think
Joelle,
it
how
was.
many times have you read it?
This is my second time, and the second time I was like, I'm really gonna enjoy reading this, but it's not gonna be as good as the first time. And I'd say it was better because I really like took my time and like really took in all the moments of like, you know. Oh, I was gonna ask, was there any shock? I mean, maybe for Elias there wasn't, but the first time you read it, Joel, was there any shock that Patroclus died first?
I think yes. I think, but reading back to I think I like gasped so loudly that my mum thought like something had happened. But I literally had like screamed, and it was like it threw me off, and then I was like being like no, and then like cried and stuff, and then obviously then Achilles like found out, and that was a whole section that I had to cry through. So yeah, it was very shocking. Because like it built up to like Achilles dying, and then you're like, well, technically like Achilles died, but someone else just took his place for the
Yes.
first time. And then it actually like and it's like the pain.
I thought it was so good how she set that up. How you're like, it's obviously Achilles will die. You know that. But then it's like so much of Patroclus is saying, I won't be too long after him. I'll be too sad without him. So to me, I didn't see it coming at all because I was like, I mean, maybe maybe a couple chapters before it happened, I was maybe guessing that it was going to happen, but when it actually. But then also, I loved when Briseis gets mad at Achilles, like, you're the one that let him go. Why would you ever think that was a good idea? And I'm like, I'm so glad someone's saying it because Achilles.
Put some sense into
yes,
him.
He's devastated, but he's not thinking that it was his pride that made.
Yeah, and when she said that he's like worth 10 of your men, or worth 10 of you. You know, yeah, it's devastating.
Yeah.
Because
it was good to read this book again because I have to read it for research at the moment, and that's why I'm going to be reading the Iliad pretty soon this summer. So I'm like,
I'm excited for you
for it because it's for like research for something I'm working on. So I'm like excited because there's just so much more that I'm getting from it now, purely from reading it from like an analytical perspective, and it's very like different to see like how much I've grown throughout like the different times I've read this book. So it's been amazing.
That's so
I'm gonna have to go back into this chat after this last show because there are so people are saying so many good things. So
literally,
if you guys have any like questions you guys want to ask us about the book or anything else, feel free as well. So
I was going to ask if any of you had suggestions for other Greek retellings. I just bought 1,000 Ships, but I haven't read it yet.
Percy Jackson.
I haven't read any of those.
I read them. I literally read them for the first time in my video in May. I want to say May. Yeah, that's one of the videos because I read them for the first time in May. Honestly, they're really easy to read.
Yeah,
and the kids feel like kids. It's amazing. I love Percy Jackson so much. It's super cool. I think I'm reading Heroes of Olympus next month, which is like the second series in like the Greek mythology part of the Rionverse. So apparently it gets way better.
Ooh.
Nico D'Angelo is amazing. I'm excited for him to have a bigger role. But yeah, there's just it's amazing. And I think Chiron's in there as well in Percy Jackson. So we'll get more Chiron content.
Yes.
I feel like Riordan, for the Percy Jackson series, it's so accessible in the fact that you understand who the Greek gods are. You understand, honestly, like a lot of the Greek mythology and history in general. And I think he does such a great job at weaving these characters and the history in like in a fictionalized setting. That's how I learned so much of everything, of Greek history and everything like that. So
Did you guys laugh out loud at any moment in the book?
yes, when Patroclus came to the island where Achilles was dressed as a girl. that was a little funny.
Yeah.
There was one moment where I think I was smiling like an idiot, but not because I thought it was funny, but I just thought it was so sweet. And I was just like smiling into my pillow because I was just like so excited for them. But I don't remember laughing out loud. Maybe I'm just totally forgetting. Maybe I did the first time around, but yeah.
Ooh, somebody asked if. Oh, sorry, Joe. Go ahead. Go
Oh,
first.
I was like, I don't think like I like laughed out loud at any particular moment, but I was just like smiling throughout, just being like, just like happy and just being like, oh, and then obviously the pain sets in. But it's a good like buffer for like being happy and stuff. So you know, what else is people
Somebody
said?
asked, would you recommend reading the Iliad if you enjoyed the Song of Achilles, or is it tough to get through? Wait, Noelle, did you read the Song of, or did you read the Iliad as well? Oh, so you also had no prior knowledge of going before. Oh, wow! I did not know that. I thought it was just whole. So I guess, okay, as someone who has read the Iliad, I thought it was a very straightforward but still complex read because it's written in a prose and it's written differently than than it's in a straightforward context like of a novel. It was like a song to me, honestly, and I thought if you love the Song of Achilles, I really think you would enjoy, where this origin came from in that context. I think because it's such like a classic piece, in my opinion, a staple piece that I think it'll be a good time. I think you'll have there's so many Easter eggs and references like in this book back to the original that you'll find and like connect the dots to. I think you'll have a much more fun time than I did because obviously if you love this book, then I think reading the Iliad will be also, maybe a good time as well.
Yeah.
And I think that you'll learn more of the history, sort of the backstory, especially of like Helen of Troy, and also you also get not from this perspective, but also the other perspective of like Hector, of Paris, of like the gods as well, because the gods of how they were portrayed in this one seem to me more fitting than actually than the gods in the Iliad or how they're portrayed, because they're more portrayed as like mysterious, sort of like powerful and like evil, not evil, but more darker and menacing than their counterparts in the Iliad for me.
Okay.
So that's just my opinion on that. So the Iliad is really complex. It's really long, but I think at some point, in your life, if you really love the Song of Achilles, I would recommend actually going back and probably listening or reading the Iliad.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I definitely would.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. To that question, I will answer that in a second because I have. For the Iliad, like, I'll let you'll know in a few weeks once I've read it. Like,
yes, please let me know your thoughts.
Did I cry? Did I cry? I think if we took all of the tears that I've like shed over this book, I think we could fill probably like 3 bathtubs. So like saving water. But no, like literally, like teenage me reading this like 3 times and then now reading it as a 21-year-old, like a lot of tears, like hello. This book carried me through. It's definitely like hard hitting for me. It was beautiful. It's amazing. I cried a lot.
Yeah. I didn't cry this time around, but I cried last time, and I actually finished it at work, so I couldn't give it the proper sob that I wanted to, because I was so into it. I had to know what happened. So I'm reading it at work, and I was alone at the moment, but I just was like, they're tearing, there's welling, like it's happening, but I can't fully break down right now. And I wish I didn't finish it at work, because I think it deserved a bigger reaction from me, because I knew it was in there. It was just that I was at work, so I couldn't do it. But Ellis, you said you didn't cry.
I did not cry. I think by the end, like I already knew what was happening, but the way Madeline, wrote the scene, wrote the impending doom, the intensity of it, it just killed me. I guess I was just dead on the inside when I completed it, and it just didn't fully hit me until I was reading it from Patroclus' point of view, but in his astral spirit form, and that hit me harder than his actual death, because I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Because it's not really expanded upon in the Iliad. I don't quite remember, but in this one, it's just like Madeline better not pull some fucking twist, some morbid twist, some tragic twist. We're just gonna end it off there and being like, "Yep, he's just there to this very day." And if you go to that site, you'll like hear or like some faint crying or something. I was like praying that she did not do that. And,
yeah.
The gods, they're listening, and so it ended up beautifully. And I almost teared up at the end where it was like, I think I would have cried if there was an extra little oomph. I think I would have wanted maybe, even though that sentence did tie everything nicely together, I just maybe wanted one last scene with them together, I guess, in the underworld. Yes, exactly. Yes. Or, them like briefly, or like Achilles like holding Patroclus and be like, "There you are. I've been waiting for you," or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Oh
so
my
I think it would have just hit different. I would have been like, "Fuck," So
totally. I love that idea. That's a great last line. I feel like I'll hold it in my head now that's what is said.
Yep, that's me right now. I was just imagining things. It was a journey for sure.
I had a question about. Oh God, it was a fun question, and it's gone now. If I remember, we'll ask again. Here we go. Here's another one. Would you rather have Song of Achilles be made into a show or a movie?
Show.
I think a movie for me.
Okay.
I think for me, though, it's more like a limited series, so like a one-season show.
Honestly, wait, I take it back. A show. I think that there's so much they could do with the show. Like, it could be longer. It could be like 24 episodes, and I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think we could do a lot with it, and like if it's like 1 hour episodes that are like 10 episodes for the season, and that's it. I think that would be really good. Episode 9 ends with Patroclus being killed.
I think I would selfishly make it a movie just so I could watch it in a theater. Like I'd want it to be with the powerful, I want it to be a full experience of sitting down in a theater to watch it. So
somebody said I like to see a musical.
Oh, a musical.
That'll be interesting, I think.
Yeah.
I love
singing.
I love musicals. So
because honestly, the Iliad is literally, I can't even...
a poem. That's true.
Yeah, literally.
See, I don't know who I'd cast as.
I don't know who I'd cast either. I literally don't know. I know somebody was saying mentioning this one person, but I don't know who it is.
It's almost like they're too special to me to think of a real person.
Yeah, exactly.
Even
though the way Madeline writes her these two characters are like in the most human way possible, I think. Instead of like not representation, like symbols, because in the Iliad it's just different. They're more like held in a higher regard, especially Achilles himself. He's almost like a god, literally. But in this one, he's just broken down into human parts, and I fucking loved it. So
yeah.
Just I can see some people seeing.
I think maybe because I just read or because I just watched the first 45 minutes of Troy, I was like, I guess I could buy Brad Pitt as Achilles.
Hell no.
No?
No way.
No.
Brad Pitt?
Maybe because he's just so like in the
he's
book.
Brad Pitt. He's Brad Pitt to me. I cannot see him.
Oh, I see. Okay. Brad Pitt is just Brad Pitt. Like he could not be Achilles, is what you're saying.
No, okay, I don't think so. I don't know who I would cast.
The son from Hereditary, the curly-haired son. I can't see him as that because
Wolf?
Yeah, because I think so. He just in Achilles, he's done such a good, or not in Achilles, Jesus. In Hereditary, he's so good at being that like tormented brother that I can't picture him as being like our lovely. Wait, did they say for Achilles or Patroclus? Achilles was son in Achilles, yeah. Or was in her.
I mean, because you got to think about like the age, as well. Like you can have different actors playing them at different age ranges.
How about a villain?
Stuff like that too.
Could we find a villain?
I do not see Timothy Chalamet as Patroclus. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I do not either.
No.
Someone said Troye Sivan too.
See, no. I think Angelina Jolie could play Thetis.
Oh,
because
she was
see that.
Maleficent, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I see that. I don't apart from Maleficent, I haven't seen her in like a proper villain role. So I feel and then we get the redemption at the end, but I feel like that could be pretty cool.
I think to answer a question that I asked earlier about if you could see a spinoff from any character, I know that Thetis is villainous, but I think that a book about Thetis would be really interesting to read, just her kind of villainy and her anger, and even what is she doing when she's not with Achilles? What is she plotting? Yeah. I can't find the original comment, so I can't hide this one. I can't find it.
No.
Oh, someone says Zendaya as Briseis. Oh, I could see that.
Yes.
Or I just Elba as Chiron. Oh, that would be good.
Oh, yes.
Love that.
Chris Hemsworth, maybe as one of the kings or something, Ajax or something.
Yeah, we've seen it.
Ooh, Rami Malek as Patroclus.
Is there a song that feels like the book to you?
What song feels like pain?
What song feels
Wait,
like?
I found a video I found a video on YouTube where it essentially was someone compiled a playlist about let me try to find it. Just go ahead. It was just really sad songs about being, I guess, in sort of a similar relationship. But here it is. It's called A Playlist About a Hero Who Was Unhappy, in brackets Achilles. So it's it's a Greek mythology playlist. So I think the songs on there, I think the way that they're edited or remixed,
there's this on
definitely check it out.
On Spotify, there's a Song of Achilles playlist.
Oh my God. You guys are coming through.
That has 15,000 likes. So
must be
I will be saving it. And
let me be a part of the fandom, please. Someone said,
come join us.
Oh shit, I can't see. Take me to church. Hosier.
Yeah, Hosier, he's I feel like his voice would do so good with
Yeah.
if he did the soundtrack for the movie.
Oh my God.
Something.
You know who I was thinking of? That TikTok guy. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but he would read off Yahoo Answers and sing it, or Facebook comments or messages.
Yes. I know who you're on.
His voice. It reminds me of Hosier a little bit.
I just found
maybe Aurora.
A playlist for Joel. On Spotify, 5,000 likes. You're reading the Song of Achilles again.
Someone said Jingle Bell Rock. I'm dead.
Jingle Bell Rock when the war is going on.
Oh, White Ferrari. That's so good.
Oh, Frank Ocean.
Dude.
Frank Ocean.
You guys coming through.
So
oh my God. It's almost... I just I look at the time. It's crazy how fast this went through.
I know. I just looked at 51 and I was like, oh my God.
I was like, hello. Wow.
I can literally be here all day talking about this book. So
same.
I know.
Honestly.
I love all these. We should make our own playlist. Everyone in the chat, if there was a way to do a collaborative Spotify playlist where you could just drop songs that deal with this, because you guys are saying so many good ones. I guess since we're getting to the end, our July book pick. Do we all have a comment?
Mine is downstairs.
This is our July book, which will be hosted on Elias's. Yes.
Over here. I actually have already read this, and I will reread it again. but I'm excited to discuss this book with you guys because this was like one of my most like highly anticipated books of 2021.
The cover is just so stunning to me. I feel like every time I look at it, I notice something new, like a new detail about it. So I love it so much. I can't wait to read this. And then August's book club pick has a sticker on it, unfortunately. But yes! I love this because it has like the blue kind of like shines like a pearl.
I got my book at Costco.
Oh my god, your copy is so amazing.
Oh!
Wow.
I like your copy way better.
It's
And
amazing.
you know what I find different? Books that have yellow or have like yellow covers or have yellow in them, they're just more engaging, honestly. Yeah, they hit different, literally. That's what I was noticing when I was like editing our late night thumbnails, you know, for the live stream. I was like, you know what, yellow just hits different. It's so much better.
So the comments make me looking for books, honestly. Yes. Like I have my books are everywhere. I need more shelves.
By the way, if you guys haven't joined our Discord yet, if you're new to the book club, you don't need to do anything to join. All you got to do is just pick up the book that we're reading for that month, and you can join our Discord, which
there's a link.
We'll leave a link down below. Yeah, you guys can join and just discuss books and shenanigans, miscellaneous things with other people. It's a great community that we have.
Yeah, lots of rooms too.
True. We'll also be sorting out the poll for September's books soon, so that everyone can go and vote for that, so that we can get all that sorted as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, this was so fun, my friends. Thank you all.
Oh, I can't believe it's over.
I know.
Thanks all. The only book that I loved, I was like, let's just talk about it forever.
It's so good, right? I went. Oh, no. I'm also working on a project right now, Joel, and I am just going nuts with buying mythology books. So I don't know what mythology books you're reading, but there are too many to count right now, and I'm so excited.
Are there any YA sort of books? You know how many? There's like a lot of YA retellings. You know, like fairy tales. Are there any YA?
Legendborn's a King Arthur.
Arthurian, right? Okay. But is there any retellings of like this? You know, nothing yet, right?
No, I don't think there's any like Greek mythology YA.
Like nothing between Achilles and Patroclus, right?
No, I think the Song of Achilles basically has like.
You know what? This literally screamed main character energy, and I'm just here for it. So,
does anyone have a recommendation for the Hades and Persephone? Is there a book about that?
I know that there are a lot of adult romances in that category as well. I don't know. But I don't know any specific YA retellings when it comes to Hades and Persephone. Maybe people in the comments might know. But
yeah, I really want to explore it, but I wanted it to kind of feel like Song of Achilles, where there's like a lot of history and story behind it, not just, because you said adult romance. So I don't know if anyone...
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
that vibe, I guess.
Okay, I'm writing them down right now. Neon Gods.
This stunning book.
The only thing I can remember.
That's amazing.
Literature.
Wow.
And then myth, and then I've got one on like Welsh myth as well. It's called The Mabinogion. It's great. Well, I haven't read it yet. But
Joel has it all. Joel has it all.
I love myth.
Okay, the only literally like Hades and Persephone retelling that I can recall is, oh my god, I don't even know if this is the correct title or not, but it's like a really old paranormal series called Sweet Evil. I'm not recommending it though. I think it's like that's the only one I can recall because it was I don't know, I thought it was a little cringe, but
ooh, one final question.
Oh, I start in September.
Yes.
So, it's exciting. I'm very excited. I think I'm doing a module on Arthurian myth for my master's. So it should be amazing. And to the person who asked, the other Black Girl is the August pick for the book club.
Yes.
So we're just running a little behind on the live show, like, with the previous book live shows, but
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe first weekend of August should be the
The Chosen, the Beautiful. I think it's a
Yeah.
relatively short book, right? It's like literally less than 300 pages.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
literally 260 pages.
So
Yeah.
like August 7th or 8th, I think that might be a good goal. Hope to see
Yeah.
you all there. Thank you so much for coming to our live show.
Yes,
We're
everybody.
so thankful, and we will see you in August for The Chosen and the Beautiful.
Thanks for being here. Talk to you guys later.
Woo!
Bye.